Hey guys, it's MangaReads, and today it's a very important video. This is a video that I wanted to do for a while now, but have been holding back for various reasons. And the main one is that I wanted even my anime only watchers to get involved in this one. And today what we're going to be discussing is Sanji. The main focus of this discussion though, mind you, is not about Sanji per se as much as it's about Sanji versus Judge, because just a few hours ago, the last episode, that's 794 I think it was. Anyway, the last episode of the fight between Sanji and Judge was aired and I watched it. I've been reading the manga, so I knew what was going to happen fairly well. But I wanted to watch the episode before I actually did this review, and I wanted to have everyone have that fight at their disposal. So on the screen, that fight should be playing right now. Now, the reason I'm talking about Sanji today, and I'm talking about Sanji versus Judge, there won't be any spoilers in this video for my anime only watchers. So you can continue watching wherever you are in the anime, as long as you've watched the most recent episode with the fight concluded with Judge and Sanji. Now the thing is, since we got back from the time skip, there have been some things that we can notice has been happening. Now, in Punk Hazard, we never saw much of anybody fighting to their full potential because we're up against Caesar. But in Fishman Island, we did see a bit of everyone's training abilities, what has brought them where they are right now, and we fairly remember where they were before the time skip. And then when we got to Dressrosa, yes, I love saying Dressrosa, it's so fun. When we got to Dressrosa, we got to the meat of the matter in training, and we did see most of our allies, most of our Straw Hat friends, fighting some fairly strong competitors. Not everyone, because as you might have noticed, the Don Quixote family is actually a joke. I mean, Zoro could have one-shotted that. What's his name? I don't remember his name. It's on screen right now though. Now, the reason why I bring this up, yes, Diamante. Because of Zoro's haki, I'm sure Zoro could beat him with one hit. The only person in the Don Quixote family that we could have feared and we would have feared at the end of the arc was actually Doflamingo himself. Now, the reason I want to put this video forward is because before Sanji and the crew left for Zou, we did see Doflamingo attack them, and the idea we got from the attack was that when Sanji tried to defend the crew, he wasn't strong enough while he was fighting Doflamingo. Now, the thing is that we have seen Doflamingo defend before, and we know that his best defense includes using Armament Ake that has his skin turned black. I'm thinking that you don't have to have your skin black to be using Armament Ake. However, when you're using armament, your strongest defense comes when your skin or whatever armor or item you've imbued with Haki has turned black. So that's the assumption we're working from here going forward. And the thing is, as you anime watchers will notice going forward into the Whole Cake Island arc, is that we haven't seen much of the strength of anybody as yet. But it's been widely speculated that Sanji's strength is yet to come to fruition. Now I'm going to talk about the fight with Judge. On paper, and by on paper I mean in manga, they did seem fairly matched. But there's a bit more to be taken away from the manga. And when you get to the anime, that's verified. In a 1 versus 1 fight with no interruptions, an all-out death brawl, who would win? Sanji or Judge? Now this is important to me because I don't think that Sanji has been getting enough credit from the 2-year time skip until now. I don't think that he's fought enough strong opponents. I don't think he's shown enough to say that he's a monster trio. Yes, he's been spectacular, guys, but I want him to be much more spectacular than that. No, I'm not a Sanji fanboy. I'm actually a Zoro fanboy if I'm being honest. But when I'm making my videos, I'll be completely honest and completely unbiased. Now, in this fight versus Judge, I'll be using anime mostly for reference, since that's a lot less biased in your own judgment. What I've seen is that they were fairly matched. And it's not necessarily that they're fairly matched, it's just that I don't think Sanji was fighting to his full potential. There is something I've noticed among the monster trio. Luffy fights because of willpower. So Luffy's best ability, Luffy's best strength Luffy's main goal for fighting is willpower. He will not let his nakama die. He will not let anyone become the Pirate King. Willpower. And by willpower will further extend to haki. But that's not the point of this video. Zoro fights for honor. Whenever Zoro pulls his katana, it's to prove that he's the best man. He rarely ever fights if there's no reason to fight. And you can see this when he was fighting Monet. He never actually wanted to cut Monet. And when Tashigi came and was bad, I would say bad mouthing, but it's really weak since she lost. He never really took kindly to that, but he wants to prove that he's the best. He wants to be the best. And given that he had to discard his pride to ask me out to train him so he could protect Luffy and Luffy's dream, we know that Zoro is not the type of person that will come and lose. And if he comes on the day and he loses, it will be a very big blow to his honor. So we know that Zoro fights for honor. Sanji, however, his best and his greatest strength comes from emotion. And this is the reason why in a 1 versus 1 death brawl versus Judge, I'm giving Sanji the win. I don't care how powerful Judge is, Judge was, or Judge will be. Fuck Judge. The reason is that Sanji has a certain technique that is a very, very, very important here. That technique, my friend, is Hell Memories. Hell Memories seems to work off negative emotion. And in this episode, we did see Sanji speaking in the third person to his younger self, and we saw the flashback of how he was tortured and was treated very poorly by his family. And the highlight was Judge at this point. Now, I don't see it ever happening where Sanji is fighting against someone he hates that much and he loses. However, in this fight, we did see Sanji power up his Diablo Jambe. And it's worth noting that in these episodes, after the time skip, Sanji doesn't have to spin to make his Diablo Jambe. So that's straight up haki right there. And it was confirmed, however, that while he used that last Diablo Jambe, that went through the soldier, because remember, Judge pierced the soldier to get to Sanji, and it was very cheap. And it's like a low shot. It's not something that you want in a fight. You want to have a fight where everything is fair, but that's not Judge. And what happened was that Sanji used the base of his foot, and it went directly on top of Judge's spear. Now, whenever you have a clash of haki among haki users, there's a certain sound that the anime gives you, and this is one of the reasons why I waited for the anime, because I never wanted to be biased in my judgment and say that Sanji was able to block that without using haki. So we have the anime, it was proven there's haki there. What I'm looking at is that haki that Sanji used, I still don't think that is the highest level of haki that he can use. Now, it's fair to say that Sanji is wearing black, so it's very unlikely that given that Sanji is wearing black, we'll actually see his legs get any blacker than it already is, even though his name is Blackleg Sanji. Although I do want that to change to Devil Leg Sanji. That sounds pretty badass, right? Devil Leg Sanji. Anyway, the idea is that if Sanji were to fight 1 versus 1 in a very serious fight, there's something that you'll always notice happens. As the fight progresses and he realizes he's about to lose, he normally gets stronger so he can win. And this is not one of those stupid power-ups that you get because of friendship and shit like that. No, what I'm saying is that he's not the type of person that wants to lose because of the reason why he fights, and that's to protect who he loves. One fight that you can look at is when we were fighting against CP9 and Sanji was fighting Jabura. That's the very first time that Sanji used his Devil Leg, or used his Diablo Jambe. Now, the reason why this is important to us is because at that point he was fighting to protect Robin. He wanted to get back Robin, and not only to get back Robin, he was fighting to protect Usopp, and he was fighting to protect Nami. Because remember, if Jabura, that's the wolf guy, had gotten away from Sanji at that point, then he would have gone after Nami, he would have gone after Usopp, and having disposed of them, he would have gone to retrieve Robin, so Robin would make it down to Impel Down, and we wouldn't get her back. That's what they believe, because, I mean, look what Luffy did to get Ace, right? Now, when Sanji came up with Diablo Jambe, it was more in the spur of a moment. And for us One Piece followers, we are more speculating and more believing that was his first use of haki. CP9 up until that point has never lost. So you see, for these reasons, guy, I'm leaning more to Sanji winning in a 1 versus 1 fight versus Judge. And no, manga guys, I don't want you to spoil anything in the comment section from anime people. Let's enjoy this while the arc unfolds. So guys, let's hear your thoughts. I haven't gone in depth too much based on what my videos normally are. I'm just putting my points out there, putting my reasons out there. And I think that given Sanji's hellish memories with his parents, and this is something that is very important here. When Sanji first used Hell Memories, we saw a flashback of the 2-year time skip when he was in the Kamabaka Kingdom. And we saw him running away from all those, I won't say queers, but you know what they are. They're newcomer people. What happened there was that, but to escape from the trauma of having the newcomer mingle with him, he got a power up and he used that in Fishman Island after the flashback. Now, at that point of Sanji's life, women was his main love, his passion, his amor. See, and what happened was that while he was a child, as a child, the most important person in your life is your parent. We haven't seen Sanji's mother as yet, but as a boy growing up myself, the most important figure in my life as a young boy was my father. He's the person that I look forward to, the person that I look towards to set an example, the person I wanted to be like. And I'm sure that's the same for most of you guys out there. So what I'm saying is that even at that young age, Sanji suffered a really, really terrible trauma because of his father. And his father would have been the person that he looked forward to for protection, for love and care and stuff like that. And he never got it. So I'm thinking that the trauma levels he suffered from that encounter with Judge as a child, even unto this day, is among his worst. And you can see it in his face. He actually hates him. So I'm not thinking that Sanji fought Judge to kill him. I'm not thinking that Sanji fought to his full potential. And I'm thinking that in a 1 versus 1 fight, life or death, or a fight to protect someone, that's basically happening here because Sanji is sacrificing himself to protect his trust. He said that over and over again. I'm saying that Sanji is going to mop the floor with Judge. Guys, fuck Judge. I'm not saying that you guys shouldn't like Judge or whatever because you know everybody likes different characters for their own reason. This is why I watch anime. We don't have the cliche character where everybody is nice and stuff like that. We have different layers to people and stuff like that. But I'm saying that Sanji, he would mop the floor with Judge. And the longer the fight gets drawn out, the more disadvantaged Judge will be at. So my Sanji friends, my Sanji fanboys, let me hear your thoughts. And my guys who don't really like Sanji that much, let me hear your thoughts as well. Because you guys, Sanji for the win. It's been decided by MangaReads. Thank you for watching.